The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at Ablesys. We're going to take a look at this E-mini chart here today. And the nice part about AbleTrend is that it works the same no matter what you trade. If you're trading stocks or you're trading futures, short term or long term, it's all the same. It doesn't have any better accuracy on one market versus another. Our favorite market, the day trade, is the E-mini NASDAQ. It's the smoothest, it's the most consistent, it's the least choppy. Although the last couple hours was quite choppy today. However, you need to pick up the big moves. There's only one or two big moves a day, which is actually pretty good. But you have to catch that, because otherwise nobody in the world can win if the market is sideways or choppy. The good part about AbleTrend is that we're not going to be trading in much of that chop when every other trader is getting killed in every other system, because nobody wins in chop. But we have the no trade zones, and that alleviates much of the choppiness. So when everybody else is getting killed, we're losing in chop, but just a few trades here or there. We're not trading that often in a choppy market, because we're using 3 time frames combined into one chart. So 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute chart. This is a 1 minute chart, by the way. This is 1 minute price bars. It's a 1 minute chart. But I also have a 2 minute and the 3 minute X's on the chart. So we're combining 3 time frames into one chart. That's what makes it so different than everything else. That's why it works so well consistently. So the first trade of the day is just as good as it gets. I mean, it's a triple confirmation buy signal. It's a long bar. You could have waited maybe, if you didn't like that, you wait for a pullback. You wait for a sweet spot. Those bars were quite long when the market opened, so I could understand if somebody maybe didn't want to get in at that time, or whatever. Maybe you woke up late. Either way, that was a trade, and then we're stopped out right here at the previous lower blue dots. Stop losses just go under the blue dots, but they go to the previous lower blue dot. Now, if you're day trading and you're in profit, 8 to 10 points, I mean, you get a couple $100. We could move the stop loss even closer, which would, when you get 2 green bars in a row, you just move your stop loss 1 point below the bottom of that green bar. But that, I wouldn't consider that enough profit to use the 2 green bar exits. So I've got to be honest, that, I tell it like it is. Good winners, losers, I show it all. I don't cherry pick. So, that was a nice little winning trade to begin the day with about 5 or 6 points. Here's where the killer trade, if you got stopped out there, here was the killer trade. Triple confirmation sweet spot, and the tick chart agreed right there, actually on that bar. And that was just a killer. That was beautiful trade. And again, you got to catch these moves. You've got to catch them, because that's what makes up for a lot of small losses that will come about. I can guarantee you that. There's always going to be some losing trades, that's for sure. Obviously, it's not a perfect system. Nothing is. But it's what makes AbleTrend so much different than everything else. It's the smaller amount of losing trades. That's what makes it so special. So we're going long here at 94, and we're finally stopped out right here at 48. That was about 55 points profit, and even if it picked up a piece of that, a good piece of that, you did well. Because there's your 2 green bars. Stop loss goes 1 point below. We're stopped out right there. That's a big time move right there. That's an $1,100 winner that AbleTrend gave to me, you, and everybody else who uses AbleTrend and follows the AbleTrend signals and uses the AbleTrend signals, and stops. It was $1,100 winner right from the beginning. Gave a little bit back because of the afternoon choppiness, but obviously still a great day. Here's the beautiful part about it. No trade along that extreme choppiness when anybody else would have been losing, as well as we would too, but we're putting the charts together, and it was a no trade zone. Short here, triple confirmation short, and then we lost about 5 points on that trade when we got stopped out. Long right here, and that was about a break even. No trade in here. Same rules, same colors, same dots for every market. Short here, 6-point loser, -6. Long here, break even, no trade. Long. And then out there, and that was +8. Overall on the day, as you could see, it was an extremely profitable day. No trade. No trade. Short, -6. Short, we'll call that a break even. Slight winner, we'll call it a break even. But that's all we're doing. We're just following the rules and the stops, and we're taking every valid able trend trade, and we're not thinking, and we're just grinding it out every day. It's been an extremely profitable year, well over 100,000 if somebody was very serious and very disciplined. But even if you caught a piece of that, nobody's going to get that perfect. Even if you caught a piece of it, great job, great job. You just have to be very disciplined, and most people aren't in trading, which I understand. You have to trade the able trend signals and stops, not trade your emotions. That's the most important thing in trading. If you can do that, you'll be a very big winner. You'll be a very big winner. You'll be very profitable. You have 20 years of track record. This is not a lucky week or a lucky year. If you trade your emotions, whether you use an able trend or any other indicator, unfortunately, you're not going to be a winner. It's just going to be a losing experience, and you will lose money. And again, able trend signals work exactly the same whether you trade stocks, futures, bonds, at any international markets. It works exactly the same. Exactly. It doesn't favor anything. There just has to be price movement. And of course, up or down movement is going to be advantageous. If it's sideways, nobody in the world wins. Rick, do you always use a sweet spot to initiate a trade? No, that's only if you miss the beginning. The lowest risk trade is to get in at the beginning of the trend. The first time you have triple confirmation. Well, as you can tell, I'm losing my voice here, so I'm going to have to cut this short. Unfortunately, I'm having an issue with my voice the last couple of months, and it's kind of been good and bad at times. But I think I made my point. I think it's real clear where we're buying, where we're selling, and where we're putting my stop losses. If you need any help, I'm always glad to help. Feel free to call or email anytime. Thanks so much for being here.